Okay, we're going to start, and I'm going to tell you some stories about my fun times in Enigma, Georgia with my grandparents. They were Danforths. And, but anyway, they were just like my parents. They were very much in love. We had so much fun. And during the summer, I would go up there to stay with them. Well, the thing about that, they didn't have running water. Can you imagine?
No, not now.
No, I know. Well, you didn't have an indoor bathroom.
Ugh.
You had what you call an outhouse. And when you had to go to the bathroom, you would, I know at night, especially at night, I'd have to wake up I called him Pa. And I'd have to wake up Pa, and I'd say, Pa, I got to go to the bathroom. So he'd get his flashlight, and he'd say, wait a minute, let me get my flashlight. And he'd take his flashlight down the little path, and here we'd go to the little outhouse. Well, there wasn't toilet paper either. What you had was the Sears and Roebuck catalog, if you were lucky. And you would have to take that paper, and you'd do it like that to tear out you'd look at the picture first, tear out the page, and you'd rub it around, and that'd be your toilet paper. Well, my grandpa, he had a two-holer. You had a hole for a smaller person and one for a bigger person, and you just always kind of chose. It wasn't that you had two people in there. It was just that you chose the hole that would fit your bottom end. And it was really a lot of fun. And so another story we had was the well. You had your well right. Pa had his right off the back porch. And what you'd do is you'd take the bucket and you'd lower the bucket in the water, and then you'd pull it back up. And sometime when you pulled it up, you'd look and there was a frog in it. Well, you'd pour that water out, and then you'd put it back in there. Of course, you knew the frog had swam all in the water. But oh well, it looked a little nicer to have the cleaner water. But we would, I'd go up there, and what I'd do was we'd string tobacco. And you've never done that, have you?
No.
Well, that was a lot of fun. You'd get a penny a stick to string tobacco, and that's where we'd get our little extra money. But it was a lot of fun going up to Georgia. We just enjoyed it. Grandma, of course, when I came back as a young girl, I'd be gained about 10 pounds because Grandma would cook me like 3 eggs, because you had chickens running all in the yard. You had eggs galore. And I'd have eggs, and she'd cook me 3 or 4 pieces of toast. And
you should tell about your uncle in the outhouse.
Oh, my uncle. Now, what happened with the outhouse, one time I was up there, and my uncle Aldine Danforth, my mama's brother. Well, anyway, I ran to the outhouse. I had to go one day, and I pulled the door open, and there sat my Uncle Aldine. And what did he say? Come on in, there's plenty of room. And I slammed the door, and I took off running. So I always, after that, I made sure I knocked on the door to make sure somebody wasn't in the outhouse.